What's up, boys? Today's truck, Partying guy Dave built. But before we get started, I just wanted to make a quick little announcement. The truck in today's video, just posted it on eBay. Right here, right there is my eBay name, and right there is the listing name. $1, no reserve, posted it for a week. He likes to build them and then run them a couple times and he's on to the next one. So hopefully this will get some money for him to keep building and give you guys the opportunity to have a Partying Guy Dave truck. On with the video.
I guess you could.
Let me get closer. Tell me how to find you.
You could probably go ahead and find me on YouTube.
No idea where I'm at. Leave it.
Your back window just fell.
Oh, this is even worse than me. I'm a link bending machine.
Fluffernutter in them.
Oh, those are stiff. Are those the ones you printed?
How do you spell crawl? Is there an E on the end? I go over chance.
What's up, boys? Partying Guy Dave. Partying Guy Dave has been probably one of the biggest parts of my channel. He's extremely helpful. I message him every day with help for my setups. And today, we have another Partying Guy Dave truck. But let me back up some. As he continues to send in trucks for roast and rigs, I think we change it up and give him his own little category of videos. He's known for doing unique and DIY mods. He's known for budget stuff, and I think it would be cool to have his own little video series just for his stuff. Pretty much the same thing. I'll take a look at the truck, we'll go test it, but I think I'd also like to see if we can FaceTime him. I'm gonna try calling him and we'll see if we can pick his brain a little bit about the setups. Like for this one, for example, we'll take a look at it, but he has the front tires trimmed and the rear one's not trimmed. If I was just showing this, I would just say, looks like he trimmed the front ones probably for more traction and leave it at that. But I think it'll be interesting to hear from him what was going on in his head whenever he did this. And same with the other little weird DIY things that he does. All right, extreme budget deadbolt coupe eel 3D printed chassis. Let's see what we got. Mofo RC wheels, front and rear. Foam, front and rear. Rears are a bit stiffer. Endura XX pin tires. He trimmed the front tires. You can see like every other set of lugs is cut compared to the rear. Stock rear axle with the little extensions in there, the little brass extensions, and that's to make up for the width of the Mofo X15 axle. He got these on sale when it was 2 front axles for $50. So basically this is a $25 front axle, and then he just used the stock one and widened it to make up for the width of this one. Looks like he's using the brass C-hubs and the brass knuckles, and these are completely ground down to give it more steering so nothing hits. Normally the knuckle wants to hit that brass C-hub piece, and by grinding it down it can steer more. These are the stock plastic links. He heated them up and bent them. Let's pull the body off, see what else we got going on here. Stock shocks, front and rear. No rubber bands on any of them. Mofo RC servo with the big servo horn, big plastic servo horn. This is the coupe eel 3D printed chassis, extremely cheap. Looks like a little Texoma rear link riser thing, 3D printed. Battery, what is this battery? This is a tiny one. Palm Power 2S, and it sits perfectly right in between the coupe chassis rails. Stock transmission with the purple brushed Endura motor. Stock drive shafts, I forgot to mention that. This is the Turbo Racing remote and receiver. And then I believe this is the Injora brushed ESC with the case pulled off of it. This is extremely light. Okay, let's weigh this and then see if we can get him on the phone to talk about it a little bit. Shout out Nacho Crawlers for the scales.
Yo,
What's up, man?
in the flesh. I'm a little sweaty. I'll just tip that up.
That's okay, the people like that. So,
Good.
I guess if you just want to talk about the eel at all, first thing, the suspension, the shocks. You've been on a kick lately about no rubber bands.
Yeah. My 110s don't have rubber bands, or I'm going that direction. Well, actually, seeing the Acres truck made me think, well, maybe we don't need bands, and that thing has up travel, which even from like one-to-one stuff, I was like not into up travel. So then I started fiddling with these tiny shocks, and the thing just is planted, and it doesn't lift, or it's already lifted. Like the chassis is lifting as you're climbing, but the overdrive can still pull it down if you have traction. But generally, I run stiffer springs in the rear, so it's kind of like pushing the front, the parallel tire down as it is trying to flex. So it's pushing traction to the front.
And you've been into the shorter shocks recently instead of longer ones.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the 34s, 33s, whatever the stock are.
Okay. What else? Oh, the links on this one. The stock links that you bent.
Yeah, I've done that before, mainly just to the front so you don't rub when you're steering. But then I had those lying around, and I didn't feel like buying links, so I just heated them up and bent them with the lighter.
Okay.
And then covered them in Ca glue, which they're still pretty flexy, which maybe helps with like dampening. I've been on like the Res Concept guys are all about like the chassis flexing and dampening. Anyway, so I've been kind of on a kick, like, can all these three chassis do the same thing, / if we use, flexible links and stuff. So, yeah, I think it does a little bit, but it might be, I don't know, it might be too much flex, but it seems to be working.
The front tire's trimmed and the rear tire's not, if you wanted to say anything about that. Or maybe you have no idea.
Well, the idea behind it is like, when your tire gets like stuck in a bite on the back, I want the tire to have less traction in that little bit of instinct to just roll up instead of biting in. So like if they're cut in the back, they're just going to want to bite.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I don't want that tire bite in the back. That's what, I don't know. It seems to help, but I just, in general, don't want all the traction in the back. / if you think about when you're climbing, you're transferring so much weight to the back that tire doesn't need any help with traction. It's got all the weight on it to be pushing up, and the tire in the front needs to be kind of digging and pulling down. So that's why I cut the front, not the back.
Is there anything else you wanted to say just about the eel in general? Like this chassis or this build?
It went together in like an hour. So it just it works. I don't know. I would do a shorter front on it if I did it again and make links for the rear that are like 100 millimeters long or something.
Okay.
Tire foams?
Oh yeah. Yeah, talk about whatever you want. Let the people know.
I don't know. I don't know if we need 3D printed inserts. We just need to lighten our rig. I'm getting distracted. My boys are someone rocking a puddle. Sorry.
So 3D inserts not needed. We just need lighter trucks.
Yeah. And then just cut your foams so you have more squish. It doesn't need any. You need a narrow wheel so the tire can come in around the foam. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So the foam doesn't shift around on the ring. Lighten it up and man, it'll just pull. And foam doesn't bounce like the 3D insert. So I do prefer a foam over a 3D. Or like a silicone deal.
Sweet. Well, that was good information for the people. I will, once I crack open your other one, I'll have to call you again and you can tell me about that one.
Oh yeah, that's more of a work in progress. I don't know. I'm happy with it, but I think it could do so much more.
I quickly glanced at it and I saw nails like holding the bed together, which is perfectly you. So I'm excited to dig into that one. All right, man. Well, thank you very much.
Cool.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, see ya. Looks like it may have rained out last night. Everything's wet. Hopefully the rocks will be dry enough. If not, we'll come back later. Nice, off to a good start. Dude, this is the one side hill line we always do, Inchworm's Edge, and normally there's a rock laying here. I did not expect it to be doable in reverse without the rock. This might be too much to pull up. Oh! Wonder if we can drop off of it down onto that ledge. Oh! There we go. I don't know if this ending is doable or not without that rock. I'm not quite sure how to go about it. It's going to want to tip over going down around here, I think. Maybe if we try and exit high. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay. Nice. Nice. Made that one look easy. Gotta reposition myself. Oh, come on. See if we can hit the steep side of this climb. Oh, about half. I have my tire hooked onto it. Nice. Oh, that was a good one. I don't think I really need to say anything else about this one. It's obviously good. We knew it was going to be Partying Guy Dave style. Something I did miss first time around. We have the hub bolt mod with one bolt holding the hub on both sides. But yeah, I think this is a great example of not needing a bunch of fancy stuff or needing a heavy truck with a bunch of brass. This was lightweight, this was extremely simple, and I think it's probably more capable than a lot of the fancy built trucks, including a lot of mine. Yeah, that was an easy one. I think that's all I have to say about this. Hope you guys enjoyed the little Partying Guy Dave phone call, and I hope it was helpful. Moving forward, I think for every truck he sends in, I would like to try and do the same thing. Have him talk about it a little bit and what his current preferences are. Again, this is on eBay for a week, started it at $1. I think that could turn into a cool thing if people are into it. He builds a truck, I film it, toss it on eBay, gives you guys the chance to bid on it. I don't know, we'll see how this one goes. Thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed. Simple, lightweight build, very good.